Last month, I drove to a hair salon to confront a man that I haven't spoken to in 42 years. A man who ghosted me after I blacked out drunk on our third date. For decades, I carried shame about that night, just convinced that I was a train wreck back then. But when his face popped up on Messenger, I knew that it was finally time to look him in the eye and heal that broken young woman. I desperately need my hair done. I was traveling through New Jersey when I made that statement. What happened next, I still can't explain. I picked up my phone to send a text, and there he was, Robert, the hairstylist, the salon owner from that drunken date who still owns that same salon. That wasn't a universal nudge, that was a shove. And right then, I knew it was time to face what I did, finally find out what happened, and what he thought. When I was 19, I was a hot mess. Deep self-doubt, zero confidence, running away from anything real. I met Robert Palumbo, successful salon owner, handsome, accomplished. All I could think was, why does he like me? On our third date, I was so nervous, I got drunk and blacked out. When I woke up at my parents' house, I had no memory of what happened. And Robert, he never called me again. That silence told me everything I feared was true. I was too broken, too much of a disaster. He saw the real me and ran away. As you probably guessed, my past is complicated, and childhood trauma tends to pop up in unexpected ways, and healing can be a lifelong process. Living and traveling in this camper with Ron and Lilo changed everything. It gave me space to live authentically for the first time in my life. No pretense, no hiding, no shrinking myself to fit someone else's expectations. If you're interested for more of my backstory, I've shared details in other videos. You can check the card now or at the end of this video. For over 4 decades, I let that one night define that young woman. Damaged, confused, a disaster. I even got my hair done in his salon years later by another stylist and refused to make eye contact with him. That's how deep the wound was. But when I saw Robert's face pop up on Messenger, I knew something was telling me that it's time to heal that 19-year-old girl. When I finally gathered the courage to call the salon, my hands were shaking. I was so nervous. And then Robert answered the phone. I managed to choke out, "Robert, I honestly don't know if you remember me." Then there was a pause, and he says, "I 1,000% remember you." I didn't know if that was a good sign or a bad one. He fit me into his schedule for a cut and highlight the very next day. Now I was committed. This wasn't just a simple drive to the hair salon. It was about confronting a deeply painful and untrue version of my younger self, the one that I've spent years running from. The plan was simple. Kim would do my highlights first, which actually gave me time to settle my nerves. Then, while my hair was processing in foils, I'd sit down with Robert for the conversation I've been avoiding for 42 years. Kim was warm and talented. I loved talking with her, which helped ease my anxiety. But as each moment passed, the knot in my stomach tightened. So this is Robert.
Yeah.
The last time I saw him, or not really, because I came in after that.
Yes.
Yeah. And I just pretended like I didn't know him and didn't talk to him because I was so embarrassed that,
About that night.
yes, we were on a date and I got so drunk and I blacked out. And then I woke up.
I told you him.
I don't remember you driving me home. I just woke up in my bed at home with my parents, and my parents were so mad at me, like knocking on the door, screaming. And then I never talked to him about it because I was so embarrassed.
Well, I
about
said
it.
we didn't have cell phones back then.
Right, yeah.
Couldn't message, so
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
If we had cell phones, we probably would have been texting.
Yeah. I got put you in the car, got in your home, make sure
Okay.
you got in the house. Then I did a novena. Make sure everything was all right.
What a gentleman, though, right?
Yeah, well, I had to make sure you were all right.
Yeah.
And plus, family and her.
Right.
Yeah. Italian, so you knew you had the Italian.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, my brother's probably with it.
Yeah,
From after you.
afternoon, yeah.
Yeah, because I was like 19, I think, or something like that.
Somewhere
Yeah,
around.
yeah. Yeah, but it's like,
Yeah, we're going way back.
Right,
We were
right.
pretty good, Deborah. So when you called the other day, I was like, wow, this ain't 10, 15 back. And I remember where your parents' house was, the driveway. That's how I knew I was going to go home.
Right, yeah. I took your
driveway.
Nice.
With a few.
Yeah.
And now here we are. That's friendship, and
I know.
hard to find friends that you carry over that long. With the purple, 25, 30 years? Or
42.
42, you never good. Better than me. Just 40
years.
So
Yeah.
it's hard, people don't have that type of friendship anymore. The characters change. So
That's true. Yeah. No, you're going to be on my video because this whole story is, about having a very embarrassing moment 42 years ago that I was ashamed of that for a long time. And it's like healing. It's like self-acceptance. And I think a lot of people can relate to that, right?
yes, so you call me to do your hair, so
I know.
got to be a trust factor there.
Because you do also hair. Oh,
Really
thank you.
All right, people, you hug you, kiss, and
Everybody's like, what is it? What is it? And I'm like, I love it. I love bugs. I absolutely love my hair. They did an amazing job on the color and the cut. And, this isn't about a haircut. So the young woman that I was when I dated him in like 1983 would have run away screaming from that conversation, paralyzed by fear and shame. And I carried that shame for decades. But the person I am today, guided by a universal sign to call up, an old flame and get a haircut from him, is just a testament to growth. And it's a testament to becoming the person that I always wanted to be, the person that I always was. So it's not only about a haircut, it's about forgiveness. Forgiving that insecure kid that I was, that didn't know how to handle her own emotions or personal pain. And she was doing the best that she could at the time. It's okay to revisit past pain. It's okay to feel it, because you have to feel it to get through it. And that's oftentimes when we hold on to things, we push them down. They're just like little kids crying out. They want to be heard. And that's where all the healing happens. So don't ever believe that you're too old, too messed up, too far gone. Too many years have happened for a breakthrough, because this was a huge breakthrough for me. The beauty of this full circle moment reminds me that our stories are never finished, and you are never too old to heal. Thank you all for coming along today, and I'm sending everybody love. I'll see you on the next one.
5 for the town.
I'm just writing it down.
I don't know if I got it. I got like the oil on. You got it. Okay.